Hello everyone, welcome to GUA SHA for Hypertension, brought to you by Lamp AccuWellness Foundation Inc. Hypertension is often coupled with headache, dizziness, tinnitus, insomnia, palpitations, chest distress, and agitation. Long-term high blood pressure will lead to pathological changes in such organs as the heart, brain, kidneys, and retina. Scraping therapy can adjust the functions of the heart, brain, and kidneys, producing a certain auxiliary effect of dealing with this illness. High blood pressure is also likely to be a complication caused by other diseases. Under such circumstance, reducing the blood pressure can only relieve the symptom. Only by targeting at the primary cause of high blood pressure can it be cured fundamentally. The intake of the amount of salt must be brought under control on the part of the patient. In particular, those who are fond of eating salty food should gradually make a change. The intake of salt for a healthy adult should not exceed 5 grams per day and 3 to 4 grams for the patient of high blood pressure. Recommended procedures: projection area of the heart on the chest for the corresponding area of the heart and the kidneys on the back. Use the flat scraping to scrape from inside to outside the projection area of the heart on the chest and the corresponding area of the heart on the back. Use the surface scraping to scrape the corresponding area of the kidneys on the back. This is the projection area of the heart on the chest. And these are the corresponding areas of the heart and kidneys on the back. Beihui point and Jianjing point. Use the surface scraping to scrape from the head top to the rear hairline, including Beihui point on the top of the head. Then use the surface scraping to scrape Jianjing point from inside to outside. GV20 or Do20 is Beihui. English translation, 100 meetings. Located on the head, 5 Tsun, directly above the midpoint of the anterior hairline, or at the midpoint of the line connecting the apices of the two auricles. Do20 is the crossing point on the Do vessel with the 6 yang meridians. C of Marrow point. Do20 raises the yang, treats prolapse, subdues the yang, clears the head, calms the shen, dispels interior wind. Needling, subcutaneous insertion, 0.5 to 0.8 Tsun. Jianjing, GB21. Shoulder well. Located on the shoulder, directly above the nipple, at the midpoint of the line connecting Do14 and the acromion. Crossing point on the gallbladder, Sanjiao and stomach meridians and the Yang-Wei vessel. Activates the meridian, descends qi, promotes labor, benefits the breasts, resolves phlegm. Needling, perpendicular insertion, 0.5 to 0.8 Tsun. Below this point is the apex of the lung. Do not puncture deeply. Needling this point is contraindicated in pregnancy. Dazri point, Changqiang point, Faishu point, and Sinshu point. Use the surface scraping to scrape from Dazri point to Changqiang point of the two meridian on the back in sections from up to down. Then scrape from Faishu point to Sinshu point of the bladder meridian on both sides from up to down. GV14 or Do14, Dazri, great vertebra, located on the posterior median line in the depression below the spinous process of the 7th cervical vertebra. Crossing point of the 3 yang meridians of the hand and the 3 yang meridians of the foot. Functions, clears heat, releases the exterior, dispels wind, regulates Wei and Ying Qi, treats malaria. GUA 14 is one of the most important points to release the exterior and treat wind heat like cold or flu. It's also a main point in treating summer heat. Needling, oblique insertion upward 0.5 to 1 Sun. GV1 or GUA 1. Chengkiang, long strong, located below the tip of the coccyx, at the midpoint between the tip of the coccyx and the anus. Lu connecting point of the GUA vessel, crossing point of the GUA vessel and the kidney and spleen meridians. Functions: regulates the GUA and Ren vessels, treats hemorrhoids, activates the meridian, benefits the coccyx, alleviates pain. Lu connecting points of one meridian can communicate with two meridians. They treat diseases of the collaterals and can be used to treat chronic diseases, especially chronic diseases of the Zangfu organs. Clinically, Lu connecting points are often combined with Yuan source points in the treatment of diseases. Needling, oblique insertion 0.8 to 1 Sun, right in front of the coccyx. Perpendicular insertion can easily injure the rectum. Bladder 13, Fai Shu, Lung Shu. Location: on the back, 1.5 Sun, lateral to the lower border of the spinous process of the third thoracic vertebra. Back Shu point of the lung. Function: strengthens lung qi, spreads and descends lung qi, regulates lung qi, opens the chest, clears lung heat, stops cough. Bladder 13, being the backshu point of the lung, is indicated for any lung issue, whether that be physical or emotional, like grief and sadness. Backshu points are corresponding points on the back where the qi of the respective Zangfu organ is infused. If the 5 Zang organs are diseased, abnormal reactions appear on the backshu points. Backshu points have a direct therapeutic effect on the diseases of the 5 Zang organs. Needling, oblique insertion 0.5 to 0.8 Sun. Bladder 15, Sin Shu, Heart Shu. Location: on the back 1.5 Sun, lateral to the lower border of the spinous process of the 5th thoracic vertebra. Bakshu point of the heart. Strengthens and nourishes the heart, calms the shen, regulates heart qi, opens the chest, resolves blood stagnation, clears heart heat or fire. Bladder 15 is one of the best points for insomnia and anxiety, especially if the pattern is due to heat. Needling, oblique insertion 0.5 to 0.8 Sun. Qi Ci point, Feng Shi point, Susan Li point, Tai Si point, and Tai Chung point. Use the single angle scraping to scrape Qi Ci points on both sides, Feng Shi point, Susan Li point, and Tai Si point of lower limbs. Then use the vertical pressing and kneading to press and knead Tai Si point on the foot. Li 11, Qi Shi, pull at the crook. With the elbow flexed, the point is on the lateral end of the transverse cubital crease, at the midpoint between lung 5 and the lateral epicondyle of the humerus. Li 11 is He-Si point of the large intestine meridian. Clears heat, cools blood, resolves dampness, expels exterior wind, regulates qi and blood, activates meridian, relieves itching. He-Si points are where the qi of the meridian collects and goes deep into the body. He-Si points treat rebellious qi and diarrhea. Needling, perpendicular insertion 1 to 1.5 Sun. GB 31, Feng Shu, wind market. Location on the midline of the lateral aspect of the thigh, 7th zone above the transverse popliteal crease. When the patient is standing erect with the hands hanging down close to the sides, the point is where the tip of the middle finger touches. Functions: dispels wind, activates the meridian, relieves itching, relieves pain. Gallbladder 31 is an empirical point to treat itching. Needling, perpendicular insertion, 1 to 2 Tsun. Stomach 36, Susan Lee. Leg 3 miles. On the anterior aspect of the lower leg, 3 Tsun below stomach 35, 1 finger breadth using the middle finger from the anterior crest of the tibia. Stomach 36 is Hisi point of the stomach meridian, command point of the abdomen, point of the sea of water and grain. Tonifies qi and blood, harmonizes and strengthens the spleen and stomach, strengthens the body and weight qi, raises yang, calms the shen, activates the meridian, stops pain. Stomach 36 is known as one of the most important points to tonify qi and blood and promote general wellness. Needling, perpendicular insertion, 1 to 2 Tsun. Kidney 3, Tai Si. Great stream. Location on the medial aspect of the foot, posterior to the medial malleolus, in the depression between the tip of the medial malleolus and tendocalcaneus. Kidney 3 is Yuan source point of the kidney meridian and shoestring point of the kidney meridian. Tonifies the kidneys yin and yang, strengthens the low back, relieves heel or ankle pain. Kidney 3 is important to use for any kidney deficiency pattern. Needling, perpendicular insertion, 0.5 to 1 Tsun. Liver 3, Tai Tsum. Great surge. On the dorsum of the foot in the depression proximal to the first metatarsal space. Liver 3 is Yuan source point of the liver meridian and shoestring point of the liver meridian. Functions: regulates liver qi, subdues liver yang, regulates menstruation, calms the shen, nourishes liver yin. Liver 3 is a very important and commonly used point. It is often coupled with Li4, known as the four gates, to effectively move qi and blood throughout the body. Clinically, Yuan source points are of great significance in treating diseases of the internal organs. Yuan source points are the sites where the Yuan or primary qi of the Zangfu organs passes and stays. Puncturing the Yuan source point stimulates the vital energy of the regular meridians, regulates the functional activities of the internal organs, reinforces anti-pathogenic factors, and eliminates pathogenic factors. This method of treating diseases deals principally with the root causes. The Yuan source point from the affected meridian is often combined with the Lu connecting point of the internally-externally related meridians in use. Shoestring points are where the qi starts to pour down the meridian. They are known to alleviate heaviness and pain in the joints. On yin meridians, shoestring points are identical to the actions of Yan source points. Needling, perpendicular insertion, 0.5 to 0.8 Tsun. Therapy to increase the curative effect. Corn stigma tea, or the corn silk tea. 500 grams of fresh corn stigma, washed and sliced, is boiled in the casserole with water of 600 ml under soft fire until 300 ml is left behind. Corn silks are elongated stigmas from the female flowers of maize, which look like a tuft of hairs. It is a waste material from corn cultivation and available in abundance. The colors at first are usually light green and later turn into red, yellow, or light brown. Then, it is filtered through the gauze to be in a state of juice added with an appropriate amount of white sugar for oral use as tea. 1 dose each day to be drunk several times. Corn stigma serves to reduce heat, expel dampness, smooth urine discharge, and lower blood pressure, suitable for treating all kinds of high blood pressure. Thank you very much for your attention and see you on our next videos.